Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Ya Rabbi lakal hamdu kama yambawi li jalali wajhika wa azimi sultanik. Allahumma rabbana lakal hamdu bima khalaqtana wa razaqtana wa hadaitana wa farrajta anna. Allahumma lakal hamdu bil iman wa lakal hamdu bil islam wa lakal hamdu bil Quran. Amma baad. فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربي زدنا علما اللهم فقهنا في الدين اللهم إني نسألك علما نافعا وعملا متقبلا ورزقا طيبا Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. I welcome you all to this noble journey of learning the language of Quran by the special grace of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. You all should feel proud of yourself. Why? Because Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has chosen you for this journey. You are hand-picked abd of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Wama tawfiqi illa billah. Alhamdulillah for his fadl and for his tawfiq. We all know the importance of learning the deen of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Khairukum man ta'allama al-Qur'ana wa 'allamahu." So the best among you all is the one who learn Quran and then teach it. So that is our goal, that we want to be among the best of mankind. As I said, we are the chosen by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for this noble cause, right? So that is a special favor, special gift from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for us. And we all know that favors and gifts demands responsibilities. So this path would demand our hard work, dedication. So we need to prove to our Rabb that we are deserving of this favor, right? And Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala said in Quran Pak, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُّدَّكِرٍ. So Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is telling us in this ayah that the zikr of this Quran is very easy. And this zikr can be anything related to Quran we do, like the recitation, tajweed, memorization, and the grammar. We are doing the learning the language of Quran. Anything related to Quran is the zikr. And Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is saying that this is very easy. And the next part is very interesting. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is saying, Fahal min mutakir. So this is a question. Is there anyone who is going to put a little bit effort? In translation, we are not going to find this little bit effort where it is coming from, but inshallah, very soon, we will see that this is the grammar gem over here. We will discuss inshallah when we are strong enough in our grammar. So Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has made the zikr of this Quran very easy. So I do not want to hear from any one of you if we believe in Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala that, oh, grammar is really hard. No, right? Because these are the words of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala and they are very truthful, right? This is the motivation from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for us. So we need to trust his words. So I do not want to hear any one of you quit this learning saying it is hard. When we are going to put our 100% love, hard work, dedication, then we will start reaping the fruit of closeness of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, his love through this journey, inshallah, by the fadl of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, inshallah, very soon. That day is not very far. We all should know that understanding Quran and the message of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is an obligation on each and every Muslim. So we are not doing any favor to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala over here, sitting and learning the language of Quran. This is the part of our deen. This is an obligation on each and every Muslim. If we claim that we are Muslim, then we have to do that. We have to learn the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through the language of Quran. To sum up my message, we are aiming for a great cause. And what is this great cause? To be the best of the mankind. How to achieve our goal? By staying focused, motivated, and dedicated. Then the promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would come in our favor, inshallah, very soon. It is the sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that his abd should do his part first, then his help comes. In Quran Pak, Hazrat Maryam alayhi salam was told to shake the tree. The fruit was about to descend from heavens, but she has to put some effort, right? So subhanallah, the same thing we are going to do, inshallah. Throughout the seerah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we observe that the same sunnah at Badr. Yes, believers were there. Their dedication was there. They were being very brave, standing over there. But who was fighting for them? Angels, right? So they were there, but angel helped. So we need to show courage. We need to put our part, and then inshallah, the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would come. Having said that, give me your 100% efforts, hard work, and you would start reaping the fruit of closeness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala very soon. The very last ingredient of our achievement or of our goal that we are going to inching towards is our intention. So keep your intention for this learning to gain the closeness of our Rabb. We are not here to impress anyone, right? Just we are here to get the ridwan of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the happiness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And make this dua, Allahumma inna nas'aluka ladhatan nazri ila wajhika wa shauka ila liqaika. This dua is very close to my heart. Oh Allah, we all beg you for the delight of looking at your face and eagerness of meeting you, inshallah, one day. Now about this course, we will learn the grammar of Arabic language to understand Quran in its own language, inshallah. It is not tajweed or tafsir course. Rather, a grammar class which will help us understand sentence structure of Arabic language. Minimum 1 year required to finish our basic grammar. Is everyone able to hear me? I assure you, if you work hard, within few months, you would be able to translate chunks of the ayah without taking any help from any resources, inshallah, by the fadl of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So to be successful in this course, another asset is Quranic vocab. So if you are already have a good connection with Quran, if you already know the tafsir, if you already very close to Quran, then inshallah you are going to enjoy grammar more. If you have any other questions, concerns, then please we can discuss it at the end of the class. And some rules for joining the Zoom class online students, make sure that our mic and cameras are off. And the recordings keep smooth, because many students are depending on recording, so we need to be fair with them. And even when you want to participate, make sure that you are sitting at a quiet place, so the recording is not distracted by it. Raise your hands in order to participate, and you can participate only if you are sitting in a quiet place, and help each other. This is my message for all of you. Okay, so now inshallah we can start our very first lesson. I'm very excited, and it is going to be very easy and fun. I just plan like very small lesson, inshallah. So inshallah, that is going to be a fun lesson for all of you, inshallah. So let's start. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So what we are going to learn in this course, basic Arabic grammar contains two main sciences. One is called nahw. Everyone say it, nahw. Nahw is a study of grammar, and it tells that, you know, that in a sentence, there are different words in it, right? So how these words interact with each other, how they are related. So this science is called nahw. And for example, if you open Quran, you will see sometimes the word has un sound, sometimes it has unsound, sometimes it has in sound. Why is that so? Even we say the word Muhammad, right? We say Muhammadun. Sometimes you're gonna see it Muhammadun, sometimes Muhammadan, and sometimes Muhammadin. And the translation, we're gonna just say Muhammad, right? There is no difference in translation, but why is that so? So that comes in the category of nahwun. And this is the science we are going to learn first. Then comes sarf. Sarf is basically, so nahw was, we are looking the whole sentence and how the words are interacting with each other. The sarf would be, we are focusing on one word and we are seeing that, okay, what pattern this word is having, and that can help us. For example, sajada mean he prostrated, right? And then we know the word sajda, then we know the word masjid, then we know the word sajid, right? Then we know the word masjud. So what is the beauty of this word, that all the words sin, jim, and dal, they are the root letter, and then we are putting them in a different containers, and we are getting different meanings. Because sajada mean he prostrated, so this is a fail. Then sajda mean the act of doing sajda, right? So that is basically an action, a noun, I should say. And then masjidun is a place where we go for prostration. We do sajda over there, right? So this is how it's gonna work, and that is called sarf. Okay, so two kind of sciences we are going to learn in Arabic. One is called nahwun. Nahwun is basically talking about the sentence, how different words are interacting in a sentence, and sarfun would be the like individual words we are going to look at, what pattern it is following. So we are going to start with the nahw. Okay, now basic unit of a language. We all know, we learn like language other than our mother language, right? So English, everyone, we know that we have learned. And every language has some units, right? The first unit is that we have alphabets, right? In English, we have ABC. And in Arabic, it is alif, ba, ta, fa, right? These are the alphabets. And then we combine certain alphabets and we make what? Word, right? So I took B, O, O, K, and I made a word, book, right? In Arabic, I'm gonna take certain alphabets and I made a word, kitabun, right? A book. So this is how alphabet come together and they make words. And then words come together and they form fragment, right? So for example, I want to say in my book, right? So now this is not a sentence. This is a fragment. In my book. It's a fragment. It's not giving us complete sense of something, right? Something is still missing. And in Arabic, I should say fi kitabi. Then fragments come together and they form what? Sentence, right? I love my book. Now this is complete sentence, making sense, right? Uhibbu kitabi. I love my book. this is how I'm gonna say in Arabic. So basically, every language has some basic units. First, we have alphabets. Alphabets come together, make words. Words come together, make fragments, and fragments come together and they form sentences. Okay, now we are going to talk about not any other language, just Arabic language. So Arabic language has 3 kinds of words. How many? 3 kinds of words. We open book, we open Quran Pak. We have I was looking at it almost, I think I forgot, 70,000 or something like that. We have words in Quran Pak. 70,000 words in Quran Pak. But the good thing is that you open it and you know that, okay, they are only going to fall into 3 categories. Either these words are going to be ism or harf or fail. Ism, fail, harf. So doesn't matter how many words are in Quran Pak, we can categorize them into only 3 categories. And what are they? They are noun, they are verb, or they are preposition. And what is the term in Arabic? We're gonna say ismun, fe'lun, harfun. Everyone, ismun, fe'lun, harfun. Ismun, fe'lun, harfun. Okay, so only these categories we have. Now, ism, we learned this definition of ism when we were very little, right? So what is the definition of ism? Name of a person, place, thing, idea. Okay, in English, we're gonna just stop over here. Ism is the, so noun is the name of a person, place. That's it, right? But in Arabic grammar, it is more. So in Arabic, we're gonna say ism is a name of a person, place, thing, idea, adjective, adverb, and even more. And that even more we are going to learn as we go. Okay, so it's like many words in Quran Pak gonna fall into the category of ism. Then we have fail. Fail is action, right? Verb in English we say. So there is going to be some time, right? Something happen in the past, present, or future. That is fail. And then third one is preposition. Preposition, we know that, okay, there does not make any sense unless something come together with them. So preposition, they are some kind of harf, we can say. They do not make sense by themselves unless they come with some ism or some fail. Then they are going to make sense. Okay, now for ism, we are translating in English as a noun, but we all should know that this is not the right definition for ism. Why not? Because as I said, in English noun, we stop at person, place. These are the only 2 things fall into ism. But in Arabic, there is more, right? But we do not have any other words, so that's why we have no choice and we are translating ism as a noun. But as a student of grammar, we should know that ism is a way bigger category than ism in English. Same is with the fail. So fail, that we are calling fail as a verb, but in English, when we say verb is like to eat. Now, to eat is not telling us who is eating, right? In Arabic, when we use any verb, there is doer already inbuilt in it. Okay, so a verb in Arabic is a complete sentence. For example, if I say nasara, nasara is a verb, but it means he helped. So it is a complete sentence, he helped. So that's why the right definition is not verb, but we do not have any other choice. So that's why we are calling fail as a verb. But as a student, again, we should keep that in mind that this is not the right definition. Okay, then say for the preposition is good. I don't know that in English how preposition, I think preposition is not that bad. But the only thing is ism and fail, that we know this is a bigger category than in English. Okay, now let's see some example and some like definition of ism. As we said that ism is a name of a person, place, thing, idea, adjective, adverb, and more. And what could be the example of person? Saima or Ali or Sabine, right? So these are the example of person. Place, what is the example of place? Canada, Pakistan, Toronto, right? These are the example of places. And thing, table, chair, tea, right? Yeah, so these are the all thing. Then idea, what could be the example of idea? No, cooking, idea.
That something is good or something is bad.
Something, idea is like we cannot touch it, right? So like for example, Islam is an idea, happiness is an idea, honesty is an idea, right? So these are the ideas.
So adjectives and feelings. You said
Feelings, yeah, feelings can be.
And also adjective is part of noun.
Yeah, no, we are talking about idea only, not adjective. So idea is like honesty or truthfulness or being trustworthy, right? Or Islam, right? So these are the ideas. Then adjectives, when we describe someone is tall, someone is short, someone is beautiful, someone is like smart or whatever, right? So these are all adjectives. And then adverb. What are adverbs? Yeah, they describe our how action happened, right? So something happened quickly, slowly, right? So these are the adverbs. And more, inshallah, as we go, we will learn what is this more. Okay, then fail. Fail is something that is stuck in time, right? It has to have some time, and it has action, and it has doer in Arabic grammar. Okay, so in Arabic grammar, it's gonna have time, it's gonna have a doer and action. So 3 things basically. And the examples are, what could be the example of fail? Running, eating, jumping, cooking, right? So these are the all examples. Yeah, this is fail. I'm cooking food. Yeah. You are writing right now, so this is your fail. Okay, then we have harf. Harf is, as I said, it's not going to make sense unless it is going to have related some harf or some ism or some, fail are coming with it, and then it is going to make sense. For example, in is a harf, it's a preposition. If I just say in, you're gonna say in what? You're gonna look at me. Or if I'm going somewhere and I call a cab and I say at, you're gonna look at me, I'm crazy, at what? So if I say to the airport or at the airport or whatever, I need to use something to make sense that, okay, what I'm trying to say. So these words are not going to, these harf are not going to make sense unless something come with it, either fail or some ism, then it is going to make sense. So that is harf. And the example are on, at, in. These are the prepositions. Okay, now let's have some practice. So indicate ism, fail, and harf in this drill. So the word is table. What do you guys think? Ism, fail, or harf? Table is an ism. So we're gonna put I here. Dallas. It's a place, so that is ism. Okay, yells. Yells. Fail. Saima, your fail and verb, ism are confused. Fail is yell. He's yelling. He yells. He always yells. So that is an action, right? So this is fail. From. This is harf. Books. Ism. For. Harf. Okay. On. Harf. Cats. Ism. Off. Harf. Peace. Ism. Why? What category? Idea. Okay, so this is an idea. So this is ism. Slept. Fail. Saima, it is fail, right? Slept. He slept. Yeah. Nicely.
That's an adverb. So it's
This is adverb. So this is ism. Sleeps. Again, fail. Studied. Fail. Okay. In. Harf. Loudly. Okay. Tall. Ism, because this is adjective. At. Harf. Very good. Cried. Fail. Fasted. Fail. Mariam. Ism. Perfect. Very easy. Look like we are doing English grammar. Alhamdulillah. Now another test, okay? We invited guests for dinner. So we, what do you guys think about we? Ism, fail or harf? Ism. Why ism? Pronoun, okay. This is one, but they don't know pronoun, the new student. So what you gonna say? We is representing who? People. And people are what? Ism, okay. So we is ism. Invited, fail. Guest, ism, because they are people. For, harf. Dinner, ism, very good. They, ism. Arrived, fail. Okay, early, ism, because it is adjective, like, no, this is adverb. Okay, I, ism. Told, fail. My, ism. My son, together we can do my son, ism. Okay, and to, harf. Give, fail. Sorry, fail. Okay, them, ism. Fruits, ism. And harf. Okay, drinks. Drinks, no, this is as a ism. He gave them fruits and drinks to drink. Like if I have Pepsi over here, so that is a, yeah, so that is not action, this is thing. So this is ism and is harf. And I, ism. Put, fail. Okay, the chicken, ism. In, harf. The oven, ism. Okay, hurriedly, ism, very good. He, ism. Dropped, fail. The tray, ism. On, harf. The white carpet, the white carpet, we're gonna take it together. So this is ism. And harf. And the drinks, again ism. And spilled, action, fail. Okay, guests are coming. So now guests, ism. Are coming. No, are is not harf. Are coming is a fail together. Okay, again. Yeah, describing time. So they came again. So that should be in the ism category. No.
Anything that's not fail and verb is gonna be ism anyways.
Exactly. That's a good idea. Okay. So no, again is not time. Again is not time. Yeah. Ism. Today. So if something is not, fail, then fail or harf, then what it gonna be? What is left behind? Ism. Okay. Today ism, because it is describing our day, right? Okay. I ism will remind.
It's an action.
So this is fail. Okay. Him ism. To carry.
Fail.
Fail. The tray
Ism.
ism. Carefully.
It's an action.
No, it's not action. Carefully. It describing the action. Adverb. Okay. So this is ism.
Is it adverb or adjective?
Adverb.
Can I get explanation?
Adjective is like tall, small, someone is beautiful, right? Something is ugly, something is dirty. These are all adjectives. But adverb is like it is describing the action. Some action happen quickly, slowly, carefully, hurriedly.
Adverb होंगे ly.
Mostly. Not every time, but mostly.
But adjective जो है वो tall, short, it's defining the noun.
Yes, adjective describing the noun, adverb describing the verb. Okay, and so carefully this time, so it is not a fail, right? It is not a harf this time, so it's gonna fall into ism.
I think I'm gonna pass the first test.
Not the second one. Okay.
I don't think so. I'll pass this.
Of course.
I don't think so.
You can do it again. You're gonna do it again and you will be fine. It's not rocket science at all. Okay, now so far it looked like we were doing English grammar, right? So let me give you a shortcut.
Adjectives and adverbs confusing in high school. I was born.
There you go. I was
Yes, I was just saying. I was happy to be high school born.
I was telling everybody I can't do that. I don't know that.
I
That's why
was
I get
never
stuck.
good at grammar, but
Me too. But adjective.
in writing it, almost perfect grammar.
yeah.
Writing it, but
Me too.
describe it.
I don't know what.
I don't know.
I can write.
Okay, no worries, ladies, no worries. Okay, so how we are going to recognize an ism while we do not know enough vocabulary in grammar, in Arabic grammar. So here is the shortcut for it. If you see a tanween on a ism, on a word in Quran Pak, with your eyes closed, you should know this is an ism. Okay, so if you see like kalamun, kitabun, sarirun, right, Quranun, so this un sound at the end is telling you that I am an ism. Do not put me in any other category. Okay, so whenever we see un sound at the end of any word, that is an ism. Alhamdulillah. Okay, next, if you
It's page, right? The page.
basically, when I say tanween, that means not only pesh, it can be two zabars, it can be two zair. So if I say Okay, if I say qala mun, qala man, or qala min, this is ism. So whenever you see a tanween at the end of any ism, that is, and at the end of any word, that is an ism. The second clue is, if you see this hijabi lady at the end of any letter, at the end of any word, kiyamatun, like the example over here, I called it, this is like a hijabi lady. Okay, it is covering itself, right? So this is the indication that this word is an ism. Fail is not going to have this Ta-Marbutah at the end. Okay, harf are not going to have this Ta-Marbutah at the end. Only this Ta-Marbutah at the end, like you see in qiyamatun. So this thing over here, okay. Sorry, Rebecca, this is I'm referring to. This is I'm referring to. If you are able to see the screen, no, you can move on. You can move on there.
You have it on your cell phone?
I do have it on my cell phone. I should have printed it. I have a printer.
No printer, but you can use your
I should have.
Okay, so this Ta-Marbutah at the end of this ism is telling us that this is an ism. Why I'm keep calling ism. Whenever you see Ta-Marbutah at the end of any word, that is an ism. Third clue, if you see al in the beginning of any word, that is an ism. Okay, we should not be worrying about writing, because this PDF is available for you guys. Okay, I already shared. And next time, if you are more comfortable, just print it out and bring it with you. Because when we are writing, then we are not focusing on our hearing, right? So that would be a good idea if you already printed it out. And for now, you can focus on listening. Don't worry about writing. Okay? Writing, you can listen to the recording again, and you can write it down if you really want to write. But right now, I want you to focus and listen what I'm telling you guys. So who can repeat what are the three signs of an ism? Yes, Saima?
The three signs of ism is Tanween. Okay, chup ho jao na, मेरी turn hai. Tanween means on sound in the end. Kitabun, kalamun, whatever. Then the second, Ta-Marbutah, means the hijabi. That means if Ta-Marbutah comes in the end, it's an ism, always. And then the third thing is, if al comes in the beginning of any word, that is always an ism.
Perfect. Okay, so three clues. Okay, three shortcuts we are learning over here, because we do not have enough vocabulary yet, right? So what are the three clues? That if we see tanween, and tanween does not mean only two pesh, right? Tanween could be two pesh, two zabar, and two zairs. Qalamun, qalaman, qalamin. Muslimun, musliman, muslimin. Kitabun, kitaban, kitabin. Right? So if we see tanween, if we hear any an, in sound, that is an ism. If we see Ta-Marbutah at the end, this is an ism. And third one, if we see al in the beginning of any word, this is an ism. Easy. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so your job is going to be, when you go home, open any page from Quran Pak and try to underline all these isms. Okay, so you need to see, okay, if the word has the mean, you're gonna underline it and say this is an ism. If you see Ta-Marbutah, ism. If you see al before any word, put in the ism category, underline it. Okay, so that is your job, inshallah, for tonight. Now, the rest of our conversation is going to stay on ism. And not only today, our couple of many lessons gonna be on ism, because ism is a big category. As we know, the definition, longer definition means we have to have a longer discussion about it, right? So an ism has 4 properties. Are we good? Everyone is able to hear me and see the screen, right? Everything is smooth, alhamdulillah. So an ism has 4 properties. How many properties? 4 properties. We can think of a car. A car cannot run without 4 wheels. Can it? No, right? Yeah. So this is how an ism gonna work. Every ism is going to have 4 properties. So whenever you see an ism, you're gonna ask this ism, where are your 4 properties? Okay, and you are going to see them because this is your job. Ism is not going to tell you. You need to find these 4 properties in it. Okay, so 4 properties of ism are status, number, gender, type. 5 times, everyone. Status, number, gender, type. Status, number, gender, type. Status, number, gender, type. Status, number, gender, type. What is status? Status in Arabic, we're gonna call it Arab. In Arabic term is Arab. And Arab, again, it's Tanween. Okay, so an, and in sound, we call it Arab, right? We have only these 3 sounds in Arabic. Either we have sound, or sound, or in sound, or we have u sound. So we do not have 2 page, rather we have 1 page. That happens, right? Like we say Allahu, we do not say Allahun, right? Allahu. So sometimes it's gonna be tanween and sometimes just single dhamma, fatha and kasra, right? So it could be Allahu, Allaha, Allahi, right? Or it could be kitabun, kitaban and kitabin. So why is that so? Kitabun, kitaban and kitabin. If I ask you to translate, you're gonna say a book. But why it is kitabun, then kitaban, and then sometimes kitabin? So what's going on? This is basically Arab. We are going to know why that happens. Why sometimes we have sound, why sometimes it is unsound, and why it is in sound sometimes. Okay, so that comes in the Arab category.
Question. The single, there's a thing is also status?
Yeah.
Single and double.
Yeah, both. Okay, then comes adad. Okay, adad or number, we're gonna call. Number, we know that in every language we have singular and plural, right? But Arabic is more precise language. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has chosen Arabic for his kalam, right? So in Arabic, we have singular, then we have duo, and then plural. Okay, so we have singular, duo, and plural. I'm not gonna go in detail because we are going to focus on status right now. So I'm just like letting you know what is other stand over here. Then comes gender. So every ism is going to have a gender. The default state of any ism should be what? Male, masculine. Default state is masculine. But we are going to see there are some clues that are going to tell us that can be a female. Okay, and that is our later study. So every ism can be either masculine or feminine. That's gonna come in our gender discussion. Then the last one is qism. Qism mean type. And ism could be common or proper. We know that in English as well, right? Some noun can be common or noun can be proper. And this is again discussion for our later sessions, okay? So over here, we are going to focus on Arab status. And what does status tells us? Status tells us what role an ism is playing in the sentence. Very important to remember. Okay, so everyone say 3 times. If I ask you, what does status tells us? So you're gonna say status tells us what role an ism is playing in the sentence. One more time.
Status tells us what role is ism playing in the sentence.
One more time.
Status tells us what role an ism is playing in the sentence.
Okay, for example, if I say, I love teaching Arabic grammar, and this is coming from my heart. Okay, so now I love, we know that this is we can say action. Teaching is no, love can be emotion, right? So that this is an idea. This is an idea, and teaching is action, fail, and Arabic grammar, again, this is an ism, right? So now if I ask you what role this I is playing, I is basically the doer over here, right? And teaching is action over here. And what do I like or love to teach is the Arabic grammar, right? So the Arabic grammar is basically the object of the sentence, right? So I over here is action, the doer. And or I can say I love. Okay, the whole thing I can take. This is an I'm the doer over here. Teaching is an action. And what do I love to teach? Arabic grammar. So this is basically the object of the sentence, right? This so this is how it works. Now I gonna be a different status, and action we're gonna leave it alone because we are not talking about fail over here. Then Arabic grammar is going to be a different status because this is the receiver of the action. It is the object of the sentence over here. Now, is it a doer of the action? So basically, the status tells us these are kind of question we can ask. Is it the doer of the action? If something is the doer of the action, then its status is going to be different than other ism. If it is the detail of the action, then its status is going to be a different. Or if it is referring to some belonging, then it is going to be a different, like its Arab is going to be a different. So inshallah, what is I'm talking about, inshallah, in next slides, we're gonna understand better. Okay, let's see this example over here. So there are 4 properties we are saying an ism has, right? And we are going to focus only on status right now. We are not talking about number. We are not talking about gender. We are not talking about type. Only status we are going to focus over here. And status is all about what word is doing in the sentence, right? What role some ism is playing in the sentence. And there are 3 kind of status. How many? 3 kind of status. Okay, now so many things are going on. First of all, there are how many kinds of words? 3 kinds of words we learn, right? What are they? Ism, fail, and harf. Then we are talking about ism. Ism has how many properties? 4 properties. What are they?
Number, gender,
Type. And now we are talking about what? Status. And now status, I'm saying that status could be how many kind? 3 kind. Okay, so we need to keep this order. Now status could be 3 kind. And what are these 3 kind? First of all, it could be Rafa. It could be Nasb, or it could be Jarr. Okay, so these are the very important terms. We need to memorize them, even though you do not know what I'm talking about right now, but we are going to memorize it. And inshallah, soon you are going to understand what I'm talking about, okay? So everyone say 5 times. Rafa, Nasb, Jarr. How many kind of status we are going to learn? 3 kinds. Rafa, Nasb, Jarr. How many kinds of status? How many kinds of status? 3. And what are they? Jarr. Clear, everyone? Okay, when I say Rafa, what sound should come to your mind? Because we have only 3 sounds in Arabic. We have only un sound, an sound, or in sound. Okay, only these sounds we have. Everyone agree?
Yes.
Un sound, an sound, and in sound. When I say Rafa, it means un sound. And when I say you should know that it's not always Tanween, right? Sometimes it could be one haraka. So when I say that means I'm also referring to u sound as well. Okay, so or u sound, if you hear, what your mind should tell you that this ism is Rafa. So this, no, it's not talking about singular or anything else. No, it is something else.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we are going towards it. So no worries. Okay, so Rafa, what sound should come to your mind? Un or u sound. Un or u sound. And that means when you hear this un or u sound, that means this ism is playing a role of doer. Okay, so this is playing the role of a doer. Very important. So what sound refer to Rafa? Un or u sound. And this un or u sound is referring to a doer. Okay. Next one, Nasb. Next one is Nasb. If you hear an or a sound, kitaban or kitaba, kitaban or kitaba, Allah, ha, right? There is going to be only one version for Allah, or kalama or kalamun. Sorry, kalaman, kalaman or kalama. So if you hear an or a sound, it is referring to nasab, and nasab means that this is the object, this is the receiver of the action. Okay, it is not the doer, rather it is the receiver of the action. Okay, this is the detail of the act. It is the detail of the act. Third sound, the last one is Jarr. And that may, what sound we should hear for that? In or e sound. Kitabin or kitabi. Okay, qalamin or qalami. Right? So when we hear this in sound, that means the word is Jarr in status. The ism is Jarr in status. And this Jarr, only one thing I'm going to refer over here. This is more over here for Jarr. But right now, just to keep it simple and easy, that is basically going to show possession. Okay. So if I want to say a house of Allah, right? So I'm referring that the house belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? So in this statement, or in this fragment, the word Allah is going to be Jarr in status. I would say Baytullah he. I cannot say Baytullah who or Baytullah ha. No, never. It is always going to be Baytullah he. Okay, so it is showing possession, it is showing belonging. And in this state, like when we are creating that kind of fragment, then it is the ism is going to be Jarr in status. This is too much for you guys.
I think Hamina thoda sa aur baby steps.
Yeah, that's all we have lesson for today. Now we are going to do practice. Okay, so that's all we have today. That's why I planned a small. Okay, so let me say one more time. Start from the very beginning. There are how many kinds of words in Arabic? 3. What are they?
And harf.
And what we are learning today? Only ism. We're not gonna go to fail. And basically when we are going to fail, that is more like a sarf part. Okay, so we are going to talk about ism. And then we said that ism has 4 properties. Okay, remember a car. Ism has 4 properties. What are they? We need to go in order, Simon.
Status, number, gender, type.
Perfect. Okay, so status, number, gender, type. And then we are talking about status. Okay, how many kinds of status?
3.
What are they? Rafa. If what sound you should hear for Rafa? Un or u sound. Example, anyone can give? Exactly. Okay, so when you hear kitabun, you should know that, okay, this word either is a doer. Kitabun cannot be a doer, right? So we can say that is the subject of the sentence. Okay, so either the doer or the subject of the sentence. Okay, when we hear un or u sound. Then nasab. What is nasab? Nasab is basically the detail. Okay, detail of the act, or detail talking about giving us detail more about the doer or the act. Okay, and what sound? An or a sound. An or a sound, like kitaban or kitaba, qalaman or qalama, muhammadan or muhammada. Okay, so this is how it's gonna work. Then the last one is jar. What sound should I hear for jar? In or e sound. Example, kitabin or kitabi, muslimin or muslimi. Okay, this kind of. Now when I say kitabun, it means a book, right? For example, I'm saying a storybook is a fun. So now over here, our book is a main subject of a sentence, right? So that's why we can see it is it has un sound. It's gonna take un sound. It's gonna have kitabun. If I wanna say I bought a book, I bought a book. Now, is that book is the main subject over here? I, right? So I bought a book. Now the doer is I, and a book over here is basically the further detail, right? So that's why it's gonna be kitaban. If I ask you what version of kitab I should use over here, your answer should be kitaban, because this is the detail, right? This is further describing what did I bought, what did I buy? I buy a book, right? So this is a book is detail over here. Yeah, it is nasab. And if I say this is my book, this is my book. Now my book is what? Showing belonging, right? So this is a possession, my book. So that's why we see kitabin over here. Okay, Ibi? Okay, so that was our Rafa, Nasab and Jarr. Moving on. So I'rab are 3 kinds, right? Rafa, Nasab and Jarr. And let's see some more example over here. If I say Nasara Khalidun, how are we gonna translate Khalidun? First of all, what is the status of Khalidun over here? Rafa. So that means Khalid is the doer, right? And Nasara mean help. So how are we gonna translate then? Khalid helped. Khalid helped, because Khalid is the doer over here. Okay. If I say Nasara Rebecca, Rebecca helped. Okay, but Rebecca in Arabic, I need to say Rebekun. Okay, Rebekun or Rebecca, sorry. It is going to be with the Ta-Marbutah, I believe. And then it is not going to take Tanween. That is different story. So don't go there then. So we're gonna take something simple. Okay, so Nasara Khalidun. If since I'm hearing dun sound, so this is the doer. So I'm gonna say Khalid helped. In the second example, Nasara Khalidan.
Is Nasa.
So that means now Khalid is the receiver of the action. So he didn't help. Who helped? So in Nasara, we have he. Okay. So he helped Khalid. Now Khalid is the someone did. Yeah. Okay. No, actually in Nasara, he is there.
Because Arabic
Yeah.
always includes
Yeah.
male as
you know, this is the fail. This is the fail. Okay. So this is fail. So that's why the he is hidden over here. So basically now I hear Khalidan. I should know, okay, Khalid didn't help, but Khalid is the receiver of the action. So that's why we're gonna say he helped Khalid. Now in the third example, Kitabu Khalidin. Now Khalidin, in sound I'm hearing. So when I hear in sound, I know, okay, Khalid belongs something, right? Book belongs to Khalid. Kitabu Khalidin. How beautiful it is. Second time is easier. Second time is easier. Okay, so everyone is cool with Rafa, Nasb, and Jarr?
But that doesn't mean we are moving forward.
No, we are not. We are not. We're gonna just over here, we're gonna just see some more example. What time is it?
Okay, I need
Oh, we passed 5 minutes. Okay. No, but we started late, right? We started late. 1 hour class, yeah. Okay, ladies, let me finish. Let me finish. Okay. So more example over here. When you hear Yuhibbullahu, who is the doer?
Allah.
Yuhibbullahu. Allah helps. Oh, sorry. Allah loves. Yuhibbu mean love. Okay. Allah loves. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the doer over here. Right? Because I hear U sound. So that is telling me, yes, Allah is the one who is the doer over here. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves who? It says mu'minan. Right? So mu'minan is the receiver of Allah's love, right? So that's why it is mu'minan or Musliman. Okay? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves a believer, or we can say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves a Muslim. How beautiful it is. Right? So yuhibbullahu mu'minan or Musliman, we can say. Then if I say uhibbullah, now what's going on here? So that means Subhanallah, Subhanallah, uhibbullah. Okay, we were keep saying in our Fari, if you remember, uhibbul Rasulah, uhibbul masjidi. We were saying what else? What else was there? Oh yeah, but they have something different. So just 2 words because they are kind of a fragment, right? So that's why they are not gonna show this a or u sound. But uhibbullah or uhibbur Rasulah, right? If I say uhibbur Rasulah, meaning I love who? Rasulah, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, so I hear a or unsound, that means this is the receiver of the action. Okay, then if I say khalqillahi,
He is the jar.
so the word Allah is jar over here, meaning Allah belongs something, right? Some possession is being described over here. So what does Allah belonging here? Creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Creation, we all creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Heaven and earth are the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? So khalqillahi.
Allah is the owner or the possessor of the creation.
Yes. Okay, now we need to be careful over here. When if I say khalaqallahu, what is the translation? Allah created. Allah created. Allah has created, right? So basically Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the doer over here. But if I say by mistake, khalaqallaha, now you can say how terrible it could be. Someone created Allah, na'uzubillah, right? So that's why we need to be very, very careful. That's why we need to, when especially we are reciting Quran Pak, when the word Allah come, we need to make sure, okay, if it is who, it remains who. If it is ha, it remains ha. We cannot mispronounce it. Otherwise, we are making a blunder, right? So, khalaqallaha, na'uzubillah, right? Khalaqallahu, alhamdulillah, right? Okay, so now, even though I have more, and these are just examples. Okay, let me go quickly. If I say, I ate too much chocolate, my tooth is hurting, the dentist gave me filling or a root canal. Now, all these three sentences, who they are talking about? Me, right? But can I say like in first one, I ate too much chocolate. Who is the doer? I. When I say my tooth is hurting, this is kind of belonging, right? The dentist gave me a root canal or a filling. So now I am the receiver of the action, right? So see, this is basically the status is. Even though they are talking about me, but I cannot switch this I, my, and me. I cannot say me ate too much chocolate or my ate too much chocolate, right? I can't do that. I have to have I over there because I'm the doer over here, right? So same idea, when we have a doer in Arabic grammar, we have to have un sound. When we have a detail, we have to have un sound. When we are showing some possession, we have to have in sound or e sound. Okay. Now, okay. Online, do we have Sarish over here? Sarish, are you there? Or any young child? Sarish, are you there? She's there? Subhanallah. Okay, so Sarish, we are going to sing that song, our status song, okay? So this is how it gonna go. When I say dun, like masjidun, I changed a little bit. So let me say it once and then you are going to sing it, okay, Sarish? Okay. When I say dun, like masjidun, it is marfu. And again, marfu and Rafa, basically same thing. Okay, there are two terms. We can say either Rafa or we can say marfu. So basically, same thing. So it is marfu. Oh yes, it is marfu. When I say dan, like masjidan, it is mansub. Oh yes, it is mansub. When I say din, like masjidin, it is majroor. Oh yes, it is majroor. So dun dun dan dan din din, Dun 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 din din. Dun 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 din din. Okay, Sarish, you go ahead now.
When I say don, like masjid, don, it's marfu. Oh yes, it is marfu. When I say dan, like masjidan, it's mansub. Oh yes, it is mansub. When I say din, like masjidan, it's majrur. Oh yes, it is majrur. So dan 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 din din dan dan dan.
So dun 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 dun
Oh,
din.
sorry.
Dun 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 din din. Dun 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 din din. Beautiful, Sarish, Jazakallah khair. And is anyone else who want to polish their singing abilities over here? Go ahead. Okay, Saima, go ahead.
When I say dun, it's masjid.
Like
Like
masjidun.
masjidun, it's marfu. Oh yes, it is marfu. When I say dan, like masjidan, it's mansub. Oh yeah, it's mansub. When I say din, like masjidin, it's majroor. Oh yes, it is majroor. So dun 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 din din. Dun 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 din din. Dun 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 din din.
Dun 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 din din. MashaAllah. Anyone else? Online, anyone?
Sobia. Bismillah.
I can give it a try.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. When I say dun, like masjidun, it's marfu. Oh yes, it is marfu. When I say dan, like masjidan, it's mansub. Oh yes, it is mansub. When I say din, like masjidin, it's majroor. So dun 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 din din.
Yeah.
Dun 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 din
Alhamdulillah.
din. Dun
Alhamdulillah.
dun 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 din din.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Anyone else? Last one? Last call?
Rabia. I can tell Rabia. Okay. When, sorry, my voice is.
Okay, it's okay.
When I say dun, like masjidun, it is marfu.
Oh, yes.
Yes. When I say dan, like masjidan, it is mansub. Oh yes.
It is
It is mansub. When I say
Din.
din, like masjidin, it is majroor. Oh yes, it's majroor. Dun dun dan dan din din. Dun dun dan dan din din.
Dun 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 din din. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Okay. So that was our song. And now homework. Homework, just you need to answer few questions. And Alhamdulillah, that is not going to be any hard on you because we discuss a lot and we even go through all these questions already. Okay, so that's all for today. And okay, one more thing. I put some vocabulary because in previous classes, I feel that we are lacking vocabulary and our grammar is not going to take us anywhere unless we have vocabulary. So now on, inshallah, every class we are going to learn some vocabulary. So you have whole week to learn this vocabulary. And what else you can do, since we are learning about Rafa, Nasb and Jarr, so you are going to try these singulars, you are going to turn them into Rafa, Nasb and Jarr. Okay, and the example are given over here: abun, aban, abin, imra'atun, imra'atan, imra'atin, bina'un, bina'an, and bina'in. So this is how you are going to do your homework, okay? And try to, I know that is going to tough for some people who are not able to write, but I would suggest that we need to start learning how to write as well, because that is going to help us a lot. Okay, so with that, inshallah, we can conclude our session. So barakallahu li wa lakum fil Quranil Hakim wa nafani wa iyyakum bi ayati wa dhikril hakim. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilaik.